Welcome to the Love of Luck podcast show. Got some more game for you today.
More game.
First off, can everybody like with your big thumb, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff? You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? Let the people keep on, you know what I'm saying, messing with this here, that game. You understand what I'm saying? So please like, share, and subscribe. But anyway, today's topic is when is enough enough? Say, we were just talking about this earlier today, when people always want to come ask you for things, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I need to hold this. I need 500 here, I need 600 there. When do you say enough is enough? When people come at you with all hands out.
That's a question.
That's a question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
by the
that's
way,
a question.
Shit, I would say, ultimately,
Good question.
shit, unless you a stingy nigga, after a while, you gotta learn. You know what I mean? And if you don't learn, then people will keep taking advantage of the situation. I think, shoot, when it boils down to it, me, myself, I'm not giving away no money. It's not happening. Unless it's to my children or somebody I know that's really, I really fuck with. I ain't gonna, don't let me bullshit. I do, still give away the money to people, but not as much as I used to. I used to be a hell of a generous motherfucker. And I used to always think I could save everybody. And one thing I understand is, you can't save everybody, man.
You can't save everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
for sure.
I will loan money to certain people that I know is official with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they call me and be like, look, if they ain't got it at the time,
Right.
they'll call me and be like, hey man, I'm gonna shoot it at you at this time.
Most definitely.
Most of the time, the people that I do shoot bread to, which is just the chosen few,
Right.
they get it back at me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in increments or whether it be all at one time.
For sure.
But now I also experienced that I've lent money to people and they don't call me at all.
That type of shit. For sure.
Hey, look, they don't call me at all.
Yeah, they only call when they need something.
And then I done had, like, some of my friends, they'd call me and be like, hey, man, can you shoot me this one more time and I'm going to double that up and you can't get Nathan.
Yeah. Right. You say they're going to double up, like, what you mean by that?
They had to turn back around, they give
you
already ain't seen the motherfucker
with interest. Right.
in about a month or something.
For sure.
And then they need you again.
Oh, okay. For sure.
Because nobody else ain't fucking with you.
Right.
Then they come to you, so they double it back.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
hey, I know I owe you a couple dollars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just, can you help me out one more time? And you know what I'm saying? Get it back to you. I'll get you everything. That's their favorite word. I get you everything.
Yeah.
On such day.
Right.
And he'd be like, well, shit, nigga, you ain't even paid back the first money.
For sure.
When I'm gonna get the first money?
Right. Yeah.
Can I get the first money first?
Most definitely.
And then, but then they need it right then and there again. So you like, man.
Yeah.
So what I gotta go out and work hard for,
right,
and then turn around and give it to you.
Right, most definitely.
It doesn't make sense. It make me feel like you're pimping me.
For sure. Yeah, man. One thing I would like to say about that is this is the thing that I understand. I'm 47 years old, so what I do understand is this. Those that basically put their best foot forward get whatever they require. If you align yourself with your God-given talents and you align yourself with being consistent with certain shit, God is going to give you what you need. You know what I mean? So therefore, you ain't going to have to ask nobody for nothing. But if you know what I mean, you on the side of things to where you begging, you asking the government for shit. You asking, you know what I mean, you looking for things outside of yourself for the things you need in life. Then basically,
some niggas just ain't got. You know what I'm saying? Nah, cause I be watching,
for
so
sure,
I'm like,
for sure.
and all peeps, you know, like certain motherfuckers that ask me for shit,
Right.
And they be complaining and shit like, oh, motherfuckers owe me money and this and that and that and that. And I'm like, but you want to come to me and get money.
Right.
See, they owe you money, now you owe me money.
That's crazy.
You ain't gonna never get it from them, and I ain't gonna never get it from you.
Right. That's crazy.
I can't keep this cycle going, bro.
Most definitely. And I know you've been going through that shit for years, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, and one thing I know about you, man, you's a kind-hearted cat, man, but, you know, the thing is, you know, I know, you know what I mean, for sure, you and me had to buckle down when it comes to that. But I think for years, people, you know what I mean, we were younger and being the place that we came from, we felt like we did have to save everybody, and we felt like people were all on the same one accord.
Right.
But people ain't, you know what I mean, one thing we was talking about earlier, man, is that, you know what I mean, the world, you know what I mean, ain't what, it's not what we think. Just because our mind is, we think that the world is our oyster. We think that the world, you know what I mean, as long as we able to put our best foot forward, something is going to manifest out of that. You feel me? You know what I mean? Absolutely. Something is going to manifest out of whatever we put our mind to. But other motherfuckers, they like, shit, let me, you know what I mean, let me manifest what the next nigga have so I can get that from him, you know, dig? Right. And that's all I'm manifesting. You know what I mean?
And don't get me wrong now, don't get me wrong, because I didn't borrow money from people before when I was down.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Me too.
My cousin shot me some bread, but guess what? That's the ones I solid.
Most definitely.
I bet you he got his money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think when it boils down to it, man, if you at this age, man, and you don't understand how the universe works and how God works, shame on you. Because the thing is God will give you whatever your heart desires. As long as you're willing to, you know what I mean, he'll always make opportunities for you. He'll always give you ways to do certain things. But the thing is you can't look outside of yourself for those things. You got to look within yourself for those things and know that, you know, you have the capabilities. This is what I say all the time. You know what I mean? We live in a world full of energy. And there's, you know what I mean, and within that energy, there's knowledge that comes through that energy. You ever, you know what I mean, for instance, have you ever, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, thought about some shit and your phone, that shit'll pop up in your phone. When you look through there, you like, God damn. And I believe basically all that is the government, they figured out how to harness our energy years ago. It's God-given energy. You know what I mean? So therefore, there's energy that goes through your brain and waves that go through the brain. Nikola Tesla figured this shit out years ago. There's energy that goes through the fucking brain. So when it goes through the brain, it gives you knowledge. Now, you know what I mean? You as an individual, whether you decide to capture that knowledge and do something with that knowledge is up to your motherfucking ass. But if you don't, guess what? God gonna pass that knowledge right over to the next motherfucker. And then, you know what I mean, they gonna capture it. Ha!
Intercept that thing.
You know what I mean? Ha! They gonna capture it like that, and they gonna go ahead and get, you know what I mean? They gonna go ahead and receive the rewards of that. But if you don't, you know what I mean, hey, you know what I mean? Don't keep asking the other man that, you know what I mean, captured that knowledge that God gave him. And it's about the shit that you put your mind to as well.
Man, I done seen some people, man, they done broke down with the crying game. They ain't got no gas, man.
That type of shit.
They ain't got no food.
Yeah.
Man, we got the same body, man. You got the same brain, two hands, same shit I got, man.
I always say that same shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I always say the same shit.
I gotta go out here and get motherfucking money, feed my goddamn kids and shit, take care of what I need to take care of. You gotta do the same motherfucking shit, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think, when it boils down to that, man,
buckle down and get it, man.
Yeah.
Go get a motherfucking job or something.
Get a job, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, man. A lot of motherfuckers don't even want to work no more, but the thing is how do you look? I got a 6-year-old daughter, man. How do I look my baby in the face, you know what I mean, as a man? And on top of that, you know what I mean, keep it real, man, I got a beautiful wife, man, that got my back 100%. So the thing is how do I look both of them in the face? You know what I mean? And my wife, you know what I mean? And my wife, she does, you know what I mean? If I ask her to do something, she does it. You feel me? So how do I look both of them in the face and tell myself that I'm not going to do what's necessary for them? How would that, you know what I mean, as a man...
Boy, she gonna look down, boy, that's
a
hard one.
Yeah, but how do I, as a man, you know what I mean, look at myself in the motherfucking mirror and know that my daughter, you know what I mean, for one, my daughter has to be in a safe environment, number one. You know what I mean? I got other kids too, and I always made sure they was in a safe environment. Motherfuckers always say, you know what I mean, like, with this younger generation, people always say, oh, well, they're young, they don't know. At 21-year-old, as a 20-year-old,
they know.
As a 21-year-old, I was taking care of 5 kids and my ex-wife as well. You feel me? You know what I mean? And they was being taken care of well. You know what I mean? Only thing is with me and her, we wasn't in alignment. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? But one thing I understand is once I came to the true knowledge and the true understanding at being 47 or whatever conclusion I came up to, that was that God in the universe would give me whatever my heart desired as long as I was willing to put in the work and make it happen. And I align myself with the right people. Shit, you know what I mean? What the fuck I need to ask somebody else for something for? And if I do, I should have something to motherfucking offer.
Man,
in return.
You got to, man. You just can't be no lazy motherfucker, man. Lazy motherfuckers don't get bread.
No, man, don't get bread. Don't get bread.
There was a time, I remember, it was a time, I'm talking about, the motherfucker was down to his last, man, and people was calling me, it was like, hey, man, I got a plug for you right here, man. Yeah. You think I ain't utilized that shit?
Yeah, for sure. I know you did. You did.
I'm talking about out there in the desert.
Yeah.
Boots on and shit, and I'm talking about freezing cold. And,
for sure. Man.
You know what I'm saying? I had to thug it out.
Thug it out.
Why? Because I got a special needs son.
Man, all that. Yeah, for sure.
And that boy
shout out to my little nephew.
He costs money.
Most definitely.
I ain't gonna lie, I spent every day on my son, I spent $40 every day.
For sure. Most definitely.
Because he don't eat regular food like stuff at the house. He don't.
Right.
He wants strictly junk. Fast. Even though I don't want him to eat that shit.
Right.
Because fast food ain't no good for you.
Right.
But he have to have some on his stomach. You know what I'm saying? So I have to feed him the bullshit for now until someday we get him to wake up and want to just eat fruit and vegetables.
For sure.
And shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
He'll get there at one point. But,
you know
for
sure.
But it costs.
Yeah.
So every time somebody asks me for something, I be like, well, shit, then I point to my son. I said, well, shit, you taking his money.
Man, for sure. For sure.
Because that 40 a day, you go to this boy.
Right. On top of all the other expenses as well.
You ain't, that's just that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just that.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Wake your game up, man.
Man, most definitely. And the thing is, it's something that you speak about, when you speak about, the certain things you had to go through as far as, going through things when you had a plug and all that old type of shit, man. I done been through all that. It was times I had to sleep in, like when I was hustling and shit, man, but as a young cat, man, I had to sleep in empty houses. Like, for one, when I made good relationships with people, you know what I mean? Like my Mexican partners and shit. And the thing is when they knew they could rely on me. And a lot of times it came down to, or they took a chance on me. And when they initially took a chance on me, that's why I call myself, my handle is Luck Got Fronted. But when they took a chance on me, a lot of times they called me and I didn't have nothing in the beginning. You feel me? but they went off the credibility of maybe somebody else I was fucking with at the time. You feel me? And they introduced me to that person. You feel me? So when I came through, I was like, man, well, shit, fuck it, man. You know what I mean? Look out for me too. So, you know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have the opportunity to look out for me at that specific time. So basically, I probably came home. Once I came home, you know what I mean? Once they called me, you know what I mean? I had to do whatever the fuck I had to do. If I had to hitchhike from Vegas to Arizona or Vegas to California, because that's where the, you know what I mean, the shit was, I was gonna do that. Once I got there, if they had whatever conditions they had for me in order for me to, you know what I mean, lay my head, that's what the fuck I had to do. If I had to sleep in the car, if they had, you know what I mean, a fucked up ass, you know what I mean, spot that was, you know what I mean, needed some construction or, you know what I mean, some ghetto ass shit, you know what I mean, I had to sleep in motherfucking houses and motherfuckers just, you know what I mean, I had to be in some fucked up situations to where I didn't know, you know what I mean, either basically if I was going to be able to wake up with my life, if I was going to, you know what I mean, be in a situation to where, you know what I mean, the police was going to run in, you know what I mean, to where, you know what I mean, a motherfucker, you know what I mean, could have, you know what I mean, took my life or some shit, but it didn't matter. Because ultimately what was hanging back in the loom of my head is that I'm a grown ass man and I have responsibility. You feel me? So if I don't take care of this responsibility, is what's gonna happen is, you know what I mean, I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna be in disgust, pure fucking disgust of my motherfucking self if I don't do something and make something happen. And I couldn't look at, you know what I mean, at my time, like, back in the day, my ex-wife, I couldn't look at her and my children, you know what I mean, in a state of mind of just being a nigga that didn't have or wasn't able to provide. That's crazy in a motherfucker.
Right.
But once I had the things that I had needed, motherfuckers was, you know what I mean, they was like, okay, well, this nigga have it. Let me see how I can get out of him by begging. That is some cold shit. For a nigga to have to go through all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For a nigga to have to go through all that and a motherfucker decide that they want to have their handout and you're willing to do anything for you and yours. And yeah, you are willing to do something for somebody else because you got love for them too. Because you want to see them elevate and bubble as well. But you know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers ain't concerned about that. They worried about the here and now. Weak motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You nowadays you got social media and shit. You got a lot of these bitches nowadays. All they concerned about is, you know what I mean, how much pussy they can sell in order to get, you know what I mean, that next purse. You got niggas that want to hustle and all they want to do is make money to show off for niggas and bitches. I done been out of state, you know what I mean, and niggas been on the stage throwing money, you know what I mean, at the strip club, you know what I mean, in the hood. I'm like, the feds is in there somewhere. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I never did, man, is take my money and throw it at the strip club, man.
Yeah, me neither.
I just couldn't do it,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
I just didn't see the benefit
of
me throwing my money at a fifi.
Yeah, for sure.
Shaking that, you know what I'm saying, that yeah.
That bootilla, like you like to call it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, but I was fortunate to, my mom always, like when I was young, man, she made us work and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was like, I was never had to be homeless or living out of cars and all that shit. So I was very fortunate with that.
Right.
As far as like, I think I just wanted more out of life is how I got like, even dealing with the streets and stuff. Even though I stayed in the hood, you know, I stayed smack dab in the middle of North Town.
No doubt.
So no matter what direction I went, you was either, all these neighborhoods was different neighborhoods.
For sure.
All gangs. And,
no doubt.
So no matter what direction I went, we was gonna have to get involved or something.
It was funk. Yeah, man, we used to call it funk back in the day.
Like now, it's totally different now.
No doubt.
You know that we grown men. Now you can go any direction you please.
For sure.
But when I was young, you couldn't just go in any direction. You couldn't walk this way.
Right.
You better know all these motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. And that, like I say, I just wanted more. So, and when I
sure.
seen how other people was making more, so I had to get involved with getting more.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And plus I was working.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I was working in the whole 9 and still wanted more.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that shows you, as a young man, how much I wanted to have things out of life.
Most definitely.
You know, and I was willing to put it all on the line to go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is with me, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see how other people can't do the same thing.
Man.
You got to go out there. And
it's an insult.
Rather if you working the job, maybe if you want more, maybe you had to get 2 jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's some more shit under the table. You know what I'm saying? It's just all depends on the grind you have.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, everybody don't have, you know, I see motherfuckers, they perfectly fine.
Say they don't got no elements. They ain't gonna have no ailments.
Yeah, they got their hands, they got their legs, they got their brain.
Right.
Some of them
got all their extremities. For sure.
Don't want to go to work.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And do like this.
Yeah. And I think we live in a time, you know what I mean, to where this is one of the worst times ever. You know, as far as, you know what I mean, from my era, I think that, you know, and I know that it's gonna get worse. And the thing is we living in a decade to where, you know what I mean, we living in an era to where people feel like they're entitled. But what are you entitled to? You're entitled to some shit. Everything is dissipating. You know what I mean? And the thing is, but you know what I mean, one thing I can see is that there's motherfuckers, you know what I mean? I was sharing a statistic with somebody the other day. And actually yesterday. And that statistic was there's 1,400 millionaires made a day. You know what I mean? He actually looked it up and corrected me on it. You know what I mean? I got this information probably about a year or 2 ago. You know what I mean? But he actually corrected me on and told me there's 1,800 millionaires made a motherfucking day.
1,800 millionaires made a day, huh?
1,800 millionaires made a day. So how do you put yourself in that loop? For me, you know what I mean, personally, you know what I mean, I'm going to be in that loop.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? And the thing is the way you put yourself in that loop is you learn different shit. You do different things. But first of all, you got to get off your ass.
Oh, you definitely got to get off
Second
your
of all,
ass.
You got to learn new shit. Because the world revolves and it evolves. You feel me?
Hello.
You know what I mean? We live in a revolving and evolving world. Everything goes around, you know what I mean?
Hey.
The sun, the moon, and the stars.
Also, you have to align yourself with people that want something out of life.
Man, and that's hard. That's hard.
If you hang around
that's hard.
A meth head, 9 times out of 10, your friend is a meth head.
For sure.
If you hang around a crackhead,
and you gonna be a meth head.
9 times, exactly. 9 times out of 10, your friend is a crackhead.
Yeah, for sure.
If you hang around a gangster, I mean, we know that 9 times out of 10, all your friends is gangsters.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to kind of
align yourself
with people that's
most definitely
getting to a bag,
most definitely,
and trying to make as levels, like they say, as levels to the shit.
Right.
Make it to the next level of the game.
Most definitely. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
you're already revolving.
You already revolving. and if you stand with this motherfucker, you stand with junkies and all that type of shit, you ain't never gonna prosper hanging with junkies.
Never.
That just tells me, to me, it tells me that you're a junkie yourself.
For sure.
That's what it tells me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because why would I even hang with junkies?
Right.
Only thing I can do for a junkie is send them on a mission.
Yeah.
That's for me. You know what I'm saying? I can send you on a mission.
That sounds like some good old school shit, though.
Yeah, that's all I can do for you.
I know I used to send smokers on a lot of. I used to send smokers on a lot of missions. You know what I mean? Go ahead and handle that for me and shit, though.
I'm gonna send you on the mission.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have your ass bringing me back steak and lobster and all with your life at risk. You know what I'm saying? Bring me some. Go steal me some rims or something.
Yeah,
nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do for you. That's what I can do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
help you help me.
Yeah, most definitely. Bring something to the table.
Bring to the table.
For sure.
So if I was you, you know, you need to get around some people that's trying to win, man. You can't get around some people that's trying to lose and stay in the losing area.
Most definitely, most definitely. And you know, I think, you know, the biggest thing for me, man, is, you know, I'm a cat that, you know, I have pivoted, but I'm trying to pivot even more. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make that full pivot. You feel me? To where, you know what I mean, I'm actually part of that 1,800 a day. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I will make it. But the thing is, you know what I mean, it's a hard,
hard grind.
It's hard in a motherfucker. Just having the mental capacity and the, not just the mental capacity, but having the strength to be able to, you know what I mean, shun everything else and shun the things that you're used to, you know, to where you can move on and do, you know what I mean, other shit, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, it actually, you know what I mean, it's a hurting thing. It really is, you know what I mean? You know, I know it's a whole, there's a, you know what I mean, like a statistic, I don't want to say a statistic, but there's a, you know, there's a psychological, you know what I mean, understanding of what I'm saying. You know, that basically you will go through pain when you're trying to learn something new. You know what I mean? From a psychological standpoint. And it's hard for motherfuckers. But the thing is, man, like I said, it goes back to, you know what I mean, I have a beautiful 6-year-old baby, man. You know what I mean? You know, that gives me, you know what I mean, that extra gumption that I need. You know what I mean? In order to do what I need to do. And I understand that it's not just about me. It's about her. You feel me? So if I'm, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, like Love was saying about his son. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? You know, when we look them in the eye, we understand that we have responsibilities
I gotta go triple hard.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So we have responsibilities as men, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that, you know what I mean, you do, my nigga. You know what I mean? And I for sure. And I definitely commend you for that. You feel me? You know, but the thing is when it boils down to that, as a man, you know, how can you not do whatever you have to do and pivot to the point to where we're gonna go back to the beginning of what, you know what I mean, we're talking about, to where you have to sit there and ask another man for something. You know what I mean?
If the only time you should be asking another man something, if he was sitting at the bank.
Oh man, I love that. Yeah, I love that.
That's the only time you supposed to be
I love that. Oh yeah. Yeah, hold up. Talking about pivoting. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love when the, you know what I mean? I love when I, you know what I mean, I ask the bank for the money and they slide it, you know what I mean? They suck it like a rocket and put it to my pocket, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. And then I'm able to invest. Yeah, and then I'm able to invest, you know what I mean, with whatever they gave me. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it all came with learning something new, man.
Your mind frame together, man. This for the young men out there, you know what I'm saying? Because you gonna, hopefully you make it to our age, you know what I'm saying? And
you know. And when you do, make sure you're about your physical fitness, man.
Make sure you have your physical together. You see
yeah. For sure. Make sure you have your physical fitness together. Yeah. For sure. You in the dig? Yeah, for sure.
Get your physical together, keep your shit, get your mind, your body, and shit in order, man.
Because that makes a statement about you and how you love yourself.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And have your credit right, you know what I'm saying? Get your credit right, get your money right. If you can, figure out some type of business that you want to, that you're good at, so you can work for yourself. You can have your woman work for you if that's what you choose to do.
Most definitely.
Man, just so much. Or you can be a worker. Or if you got to be a worker, go ahead and be a worker.
Be a worker.
Because you got to do what you got to do in order to survive in this crazy world.
Man.
And this world is crazy as a motherfucker, man.
Crazy as a bunch of motherfuckers.
You got shit overseas going on, kids getting killed.
Man.
You got a bunch of wars over here. You got people getting robbed and killed in the streets. I mean, man, you got to have your survival tactics on, man.
Yeah. Well,
you got to stay sharp, on point.
Right. Well, you know what I mean? It's something you said that, man, because ultimately, you know what I mean, the way I look at it, man, you know, I'm a student of, you know what I mean, like I said, I'm a student of the Bible. And I've read that basically, all this shit was meant to happen. And I understand that it's just, for God's sovereignty. But one thing I do understand is this here, man. I understand that ultimately the universe don't lie. You know what I mean? And the universe will give you whatever you require in life if you ask for it and you do your due diligence. Period. You can only go as far as your mind takes you. And it's something that even when Love said that basically, I want to talk about this. It's a real sensitive subject, but the things that's going on in Gaza, I understand that, a lot of those people, they do understand that certain things was, they were headed for it, or, I think we this is a very sensitive subject, because it's kids over there dying, and when I see that, man, it touches my heart in a certain, type of,
Absolutely.
certain type of way, because, like I said, I have a young child myself, so the thing is, I understand, back in the day, I grew up in San Bernardino, and I understood that I have a son. He's never had to go through none of the shit I had to go through. Never. And I was gonna make sure of that. You feel me? You know what I mean? But, and my last name was really prevalent as far as, niggas running amok. You know what I mean? You feel me? And I didn't, and the police, they used to, me and Lo was just talking about this earlier. And the same thing with my family out here in Vegas. You know what I mean? My grandmother, she decided to move to San Bernardino, and all her folks moved out to Vegas. You feel me? But for the most part, you know what I mean? Even out here, they were well known for being, terrorizers and shit, and in California. So what I didn't want for my son, because the police used to, every time the police pulled me over or fuck with me, they would be like, "Oh, nigga, you ain't never gonna be shit." They wouldn't say nigga, you know what I mean? But they would say, you ain't never gonna be shit.
Vegas,
your last name, you always, you know what I mean? The fruit don't fall far from the tree, yada, 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 this and that. You feel me? So my thing is, I was like, man, I can't, when I had a son, it made me think real deeply. And I was like, man, I can't have that for my son. He would never go through that shit out here. Never. And he never has. You feel me? So going back to the Gaza thing, I think that, you have to find your escape when you understand. You have to have foresight is the word I'm looking for. You have to have foresight. You have to know when something is going to befall you, or when some shit is going to happen to you and your lineage and your, and your loved ones, because shit always has it has a line, or it has a backstory. So with that backstory, you have to know, okay, this and this and that and that and that, shit adds up, So if I was a person in Gaza years ago, I would have got me and my children up out of there. You feel me? By all means. And I would have put my mind to that, and I know God would have gave me the ability to do that. You feel me? But regardless of what's going on out there, the shit shouldn't be going on. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Prayers to the people out there, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Today is Veterans Day.
When they gonna do something for the veterans?
Probably never.
Man,
they give them a little parade or whatever. They got
over some wars. They started over some lies and bullshit.
They got them marching up and down the street for a parade, right?
Bunch of young people
blocking up all the traffic and all that shit, but they ain't did nothing for them though.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember that next time you put your ballot in. Go ahead.
So, I don't know, man. I salute them for fighting for our country and all that stuff. But I was asked would I ever join the military when I was a younger man. I said, nah, I couldn't. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what I'm saying, for the country that from what I've experienced with our country, what I'm saying, I ain't never experienced, they treated me bad. Shit. Practically my whole life. I've been going in and out of jail damn near my whole entire life.
And it was designed that way.
And I've been, like, as of lately, you know what I'm saying? I'll say lately as of 5 years, I'll say give it 5 or take, what I'm saying? I've been, cop-free, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Knocking on wood, I ain't had no problems with them, you know what I'm saying? And that's a blessing in itself,
Most definitely.
Me, I'm still working on some things like getting my record together, which already is in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So when I do become back to what they call a citizen, you know what I'm saying, that have all this rights back that rights ain't supposed to never been took anyway.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
this country crazy when I
Most
think
definitely.
about it, because you think about, like, you can go get a gun, you can buy a gun, and I'm talking about you ain't got a police record.
For sure.
And you can just buy a gun and have it.
For sure.
But when I got caught, didn't have a record at the time when I was younger, they put your ass in jail.
For sure, for some shit that they designed. That's the cool part about it, because
and it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Because the thing is man, we really look back into history, man. You know, especially, you know what I mean, the era we came from. We came from, you know, there's been several epidemics that's been put on the black people. And our epidemic, you know what I mean, was the crack era. Nowadays, these kids living in the drug era to where they got everybody on drugs, and they got niggas like Future and shit singing about, you know what I mean, rapping about. That's why I never listen to niggas like that. I fuck with,
I like Future.
You fuck with Future? Yeah, I don't fuck with him. But you know what I mean? He ain't talking about shit. I mean, I listen to the nigga only.
I just like his flow. You know
there's only 2 rappers I fuck with. You know what I mean? And I find it really hard to listen to. Well, 3. But I mean, but I find it hard to listen to the other motherfuckers, man, because I guess I'm a one-track mind type of nigga though. But I listen to Larry June. You know what I mean? The way the nigga, oh man, I know you fuck with him. But the thing is the way the nigga Larry June talk about. I think that's the last of that little era. You know what I mean? Like niggas from our era that came with that shit though. But the nigga Larry June, he talks about, you know what I mean? He talks about eating healthy. He talks about, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? How he pimped or whatever. But you know what I mean? He talks about elevate. What I want to say is he talks about elevation of life. We understand that niggas come from the hood. You know what I mean? Certain things was taught and preached to us. But at the same time, you know what I mean? What's the elevation of that shit? You feel me? Don't just tell me about, you know what I mean? Because I understand that. I lived through the bullshit.
Right.
You feel me? You know what I mean? But tell me about the elevation of life. Tell me about the elevation of things. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I don't want to continue to be trapped in the bullshit. You feel me? You know what I mean? So basically what Larry June talks about is, you know, eating healthy, taking care of your temple, you know what I mean? And on top of that, investing your money in positive shit. You feel me? You know what I mean? Receiving residual income, you know, those type of things.
Right.
Then I talk, you know what I mean? Jeezy, that's my nigga. I fucks with him, you know what I mean? Hard and a bunch of motherfuckers. Yeah, I know you do, my nigga. You know what I mean? We on the same type of wavelength and shit, though. But the nigga Jeezy, you know what I mean? He talks about, you know what I mean, getting it out the mud, you know what I mean? And then I know Jeezy was out there when I was out there. When I was in Louisville, Kentucky, Jeezy was out there. Him and one of my homeboys, they was fucking around with one of the same little situations, little brother and shit. You know what I mean? This was way before Jeezy was a rapper. Then on top of that, you know what I mean? When I was in Atlanta, you know, I know the nigga was out there and shit, though, you know what I mean? So, you know, I know him to be, and not just that, the nigga's lyrics, and, you know, you can, a lot of times when a nigga been through that shit.
When you go through it, you feel it.
Yeah, when the nigga done been through that shit, and you hear the nigga, and you hear it come out of his voice, and you know what I mean, and basically his spirit is speaking it, you like, damn, that nigga been through that.
I had somebody, cause I was banging that Jeezy, and they was like, this was Jeezy was, I'm talking about banging hard.
Yeah, for sure.
And this motherfucker say, oh, I don't feel that Jeezy. I said, what? You don't
Who was
feel
he listening
Jesus?
to? Yeah, nigga crazy the motherfucker.
I'm like, dude, that nigga just told you my life story.
For sure.
He spit his whole life story.
Right.
When I listen to Jesus, I feel like he talking about me.
Man, I get perked up when I can listen to everybody else, but even in the gym, man, I gotta listen to Jesus.
But when I listen to that nigga, I say, damn, Jeezy went through the same thing. I forgot one rap he got, boy. He was telling, like, when he say somebody gave him some sheetrock and all that shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh,
man. I'm like, boy, look, if we ain't all went through the same motherfucking shit, boy. But you gotta be a real hustler to understand that nigga.
Yeah.
So that lets me know the people that don't feel him, they not really in the streets.
Niggas perpetrating.
Yeah, they not really in the streets.
Yeah, if you ain't feeling that nigga, you perpetrating like
you ain't from the streets at all if you don't fuck with no G.
Most definitely. And Nipsey is the last one, yeah, man.
Fuck with Nipsey. Nipsey is another cat lifestyle.
Yeah, I done tried other niggas, man, but I just don't feel it. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? looping the same shit over and over again. Cause I just, you know what I mean? You know. But yeah, going back to, motherfuckers with their hands out and shit though, you know what I mean? It's a pathetic thing, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely pathetic.
It's a pathetic thing. God bless you with all this great shit, man. And you know what I mean?
I'm gonna give it a age limit. I'm gonna give it a age limit from a toddler to I say a motherfucker about 20 and 21 is still kind of high, but
right.
Cause I wasn't begging at 21 or 16. I think I wasn't asking for shit after 16.
For sure. I didn't need help throughout, you know what I mean, throughout my 20s.
I needed help here and there, but it wasn't like that.
No,
hell no. I'm talking about on
a
serious scale that everybody, I got people that's random beggars. I'm talking about, what's the word I need? I need a new word to come up with. These motherfuckers, rapid beggars.
Man.
There we go.
So they asked for a quick, fast, and a hurry.
Yeah, rapid. Hey, come on, can I get in there? I'm like, man, how many times?
Rapid beggars? Yeah, that's a goat. Nigga got to get a t-shirt and brand that.
Rapid beggars, man. I'm talking
for sure, you know what I mean?
End of the day, y'all get up on y'all, because this 20, we going into 2024.
Man, like a motherfucker.
Where are you going to be in 2024?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what I would say to a motherfucker, man, be consistent, man. Follow the money. Wherever a motherfucker making the money at, find your niche and be consistent, man. Because, you know what I mean, like I said, 1,800 millionaires a day. We live in a time to where things are the scariest time. But the thing is, you know what I mean, it's also the most lucrative time. You know what I mean? There's more millionaires made than ever before. You know what I mean? So the thing is, you know what I mean, set your aim towards basically what it is that you can do. And once you set your aim to that, stay steadfast on that. And if you stay steadfast on it, you feel me? You know what I mean? You're going to receive all the outcomes. You know what I mean, of that. But what you have to do is continue, you know what I mean, meaning steadfast, you know what I mean, to continue to work on it and make it happen. And I know Love, you know what I mean, he gonna stay steadfast. That's all I've ever seen him do. You feel me?
Get you some land.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm working on now, next.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to purchase some land.
Most definitely.
And you ain't got to worry about no chains and all this old shit. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Rolls Royces and all that type of shit, man. Take your money and invest it. Put it somewhere so it can work for you.
Most definitely. And even that shit can become an asset, like a Rolls Royce and all that old type of shit.
You know what
I mean? Rick Ross said that. He said, you know what I mean? Somebody asked him, he said, oh, I fuck with Ross too. Ross be talking that real shit. You know what I mean? But Rick Ross said that basically, but I ain't listening to him in a while. But anyways, he said, somebody asked him during an interview, they said, what is considered an asset to you and what's the liability? And Ross said this, he said, different things can be an asset or a liability depending on the individual. Right. You know what I mean? And I get that. And the reason why is this here. If you're amongst certain people that will buy into you due to the fact of, you know what I mean, you look in a certain type of way, it's an asset. You know what I mean? A lot of these cats on the internet, they buying Lamborghinis and shit like that. Motherfuckers buying into their programs and certain, you know what I mean, because they looking at the Lamborghini. You feel me? But then on the other hand, if you, I mean, you got a job and you don't, you know what I mean, you're not trying to, you know what I mean, be flashy and flamboyant like that because you have a job or you have something that doesn't, entail you, you know what I mean, being flashy for somebody to buy into you, you know what I mean, then, okay, you know what I mean, like a pimp, he may need, you know what I mean, he needed all that flashy shit, he needed to talk, you know what I mean, some real talk and so on and so forth, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, so he would get chose. But on the other hand, somebody that, I don't know, doing some other simple type of shit, you know what I mean, a dope dealer, he might have the one to be low-key, you feel me? A nigga that's selling dope, he might have the one to be low-key because everybody didn't need to, you know what I mean, know what he was doing because it might have got his ass motherfucking arrested. But at the same time, niggas still know he had to work. You feel me? So that's the thing, you know what I mean? you know, it could go either way.
Either way. I don't know who needed to hear this today, but we gave it to you.
We so definitely, you mean, you know.
Suck up whatever information out of this situation. And man, you know what I'm saying? Just tap in with this, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And what else did I want to say? Hey, just thank God for living today and giving us this fresh air.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know what I'm saying? There's some people that didn't make it today.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And salute. Happy Veterans Day to all the people. We're going to bring this one to an end. And
yeah, before you bring it to an end, though, I wanted to say something about, the veteran thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big advocate of war and all that old type of shit. You know what I mean? I understand, when it came to war, I seen it personally. You know what I mean? Like when my uncles came back from war and all that shit back in the day and they had the Agent Orange and shit. That shit was one of the epidemics that happened within our black communities. You know what I mean? Like my aunt's husband, that nigga was slurring, him and his homeboys, and they was all on Sherm and they was smoking, you know what I mean? Ooh. They was smoking Sherm, they was alcoholics, all that old type of shit. You feel me? You know what I mean? So one thing I salute the veterans for is I salute them for this. It's basically whatever it was that you felt within your heart, because we've been deceived and they told us that basically, these things, the war was made or these wars happened for, our freedom, which is a bunch of fucking hogwash. You know what I mean? It's some bullshit. But I think, what it's really over is $1. Because every time, war happens, money goes. And on top of that, it's for worldwide domination, which America has been working on for years. You feel me? They've been working on the shit even to where if another country, third world countries cannot even grow their own food unless America says so. You know what I mean? And if the country does something that America doesn't like, then they'll sanction their ass, meaning, they won't be able to receive any food. That's why you've seen African kids out there eating dirt and shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So this shit is way deeper than that. So I don't want to say that, saying Happy Veteran Day to me with a blind eye, I don't want to do that. I want to say that basically I do appreciate the veterans for whatever they did as far as, what they felt that they was doing. But me as a man that understands that things are on a much deeper level, this country, I despise it. You know what I mean? And ultimately, when it boils down to it, I would say sovereignty is where it's at, being a sovereign, human being. You know what I mean? But I can go, that's a much deeper rabbit hole. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead, and let love end on this. You feel me? But I just had to say that. You know what I mean? So, thank the veterans for, their service as far as whatever they felt that was needed for, as far as them feeling what they did, as far as, their freedom, the thing that was truly in their heart.
All right, man.
For sure.
We're gonna wrap this thing up, man. You know what I'm saying? I do have a free mixtape that's coming for you people. You definitely gonna enjoy that. Some of that D-Love Stacks is back. You know what I'm saying? And then you got anything else you got going on?
Well, you already know, I always say, ultimately my Mexican partner fronted me and now the banks fronts me. Continue, to, if you've been viewing the Love and Luck podcast, continue to view it because we're going to keep it gangsters, extremely gangster. We're going to keep it 100%. We ain't going to sugarcoat shit or tell you some shit that you want to hear. We're going to give it to you real. And on top of that, shit, you can reach me on all platforms that Luck got fronted. You feel me? You know what I mean? And, I'm going to continue to expand on that. So look me out. Actually, as well, you can look at my wife on Learn to Leverage. You know what I mean? She's really good at teaching, how to learn, credit and so on and so forth. And also you can reach me at capitalmovements.com. You know what I mean? Because we moving capitally. You know what I mean? In a very capitalized type of way. You know what I mean? Because, it is a thing. So, you know what I mean? Learn how to capitalize.
D-Love Vegas on all platforms. And make sure y'all just tap into the Love and Luck podcast, Stack Bookies. You know what I'm saying? D-Love Stack mixtape coming real soon for y'all. That's going to be free. I'm going to get that out for free just because I want to just entertain y'all. And we going to end it like that. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And we out it. Zoom. That means go.
And peace out. And we get with you.